as I just mentioned, it's a big time for students right now across the North East. Going to be starting a new chapter in their lives at university. A lot of them will be in for a very intense Freshers' Week. I mean, it's full of partying and having lots of fun, making the most of their newfound freedom, meeting new people. It can be a really exciting time, but also a challenging one for students who might be facing problems with addiction in recovery or come from families that have been challenged by addiction. However, there is support out there. I'm joined now by Adam Petson from Recovery Connection and Simon Lee from Sunderland University to find out how they are helping with this. Thank you so much for joining me, Adam and Simon.
Thanks very much, Matt. Thanks, Matt. Great to be here.
So, Adam, tell us a bit about, what you do at Recovery Connection then.
Okay, so Recovery Connections is a charity which was originally based in Middlesbrough, which is now extended out to Sunderland, Gateshead and Stockton. And what we do, especially when we're working in the addiction field, what makes us stand alone and stand out, I suppose, is that we are peer-led. So I think it's 95% of the staff who work for Recovery Connections have all been through that journey. They're all in recovery, and they are now passing that message on and supporting others. So that's what makes us special in that sense. And what I do at the moment is I also work, as well as working in the area that I'm working, I work with students to support them while they're going through their journey at university. With it, so obviously you've talked about, what Freshers' Week looks like and the struggles that they face, which we can go into. But I'm there to offer an outlet and I suppose a way in which they can express themselves in a way they probably feel that they can't express anywhere else because of stigma and the possible repercussions.
So you're from Recovery Connection. Why are you then asking universities to support the initiative then?
It's something I'm personally very into because I'm in recovery and I am a student myself at the moment, so I understand what the pressures are and what the strains are and how difficult this can be. I mean, luckily for myself, I didn't need to move away from home, but I can, for those people for the first time who are ever leaving the family homestead and, they're mixing with a group of people they've never met, and then if you add later into the journey the pressure of all the exams and dissertation work, it's really hard going. So I'm really passionate about providing that support for those students. But the reason why we are doing what we're doing is because we've been over to America and we've seen the collegiate program that works over there. We've been to Texas Tech, and they have a specific model there where they are a recovery-friendly campus. And over the last 20 years, they've developed this and this support network to the point where over 40%, nearly half the students that are there now are all in recovery, and they are fully incorporated into everything that happens there. The two elements of the society, those that aren't in recovery and those that are, mix really well together, and they're so accepting of each other, and there's no stigma. That's what we're aiming for long term, and I think this is where we start off with what we're doing now with Sunderland.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously, I mentioned the sort of Freshers' Week, and I was a student, and when you go to university, you do spend a fair bit of your time, out socialising with people, drinking and everything else. How big a problem is it these days of students becoming addicted to alcohol or even drugs at university?
It's a real problem, and I think part of the problem is that they're afraid to speak out about it, and that's not just because of stigma in the general public. I think it's also because they get seen by their peers as not fitting in. If they're not going out and they're not doing these things, and if they're not taking the drugs, then they're almost excluding themselves in an already difficult environment. And yes, we are seeing a real problem with students who are excessively using alcohol and drugs and addicted to, in different ways. There's a big gambling problem as well at the moment. So we are looking not just to tackle drugs and alcohol, but just addiction in general. But we need to start off with the core basics of, help supporting those with drug and alcohol problems. Oh yeah, it's a huge problem, and we're seeing a lot of students who are coming to us and saying that they are experiencing problems, but they don't know who to talk to. And the beauty with us being peer-led is I can sit there and I can say, well, I understand, because I've been there. I've felt what you are feeling, and I've managed to get well, and this is how it's done. And we can start a conversation there, and it just creates that instant connection. The barriers get lowered straight away, and just for someone to know that the way they're thinking isn't, how can I put it, they're not crazy for feeling the way they do or thinking what they're thinking.
Yeah.
It's perfectly normal. And I think just to be able to express that and not feel judged is a big part of what we do.
Yeah. Absolutely, and I mean, we've got Simon here, Simon Lee from Sunderland University. Now, Simon, obviously, Sunderland has made the pledge to be a university that works with Recovery Connection. I believe actually the first university in the country. Yes.
We are, Matt, yeah. It's something we are sort of particularly proud of. I think, as sort of Adam's alluded to, all universities right across the UK and indeed in the US as well, we will all have students in recovery. And the thing is that we need to promote a message that actually you're not alone, and there are a variety of services here to support you. I mean, here at Sunderland, we've always had a track record of welcoming students from all backgrounds. And our mission is very much about ensuring all students can reach their potential. We're known for being nurturing and supportive and being committed to underrepresented groups. And for us, this is just another opportunity to drive that mission forward, and to demonstrate that we are here. There's a range of support available. Adam touched on Freshers Week. We're really pleased that Adam's guys were here during our Freshers Fair on Wednesday. Did speak to a lot of our new students, and those conversations are ongoing. So for us, it was very much part of our wider work and our wider mission.
Yeah, because you already, as you say, offer a lot of services, so you found it quite easy to sort of integrate the Recovery Connection guys into what you already do.
We did, yeah. I mean, I've known of Recovery Connections for a while now, and we have I suppose very much a position that we have a range of support staff here at the university. We have counsellors, we have mental health professionals, we have finance advisors, but we're also very much part of the Sunderland community, and there's some excellent voluntary sector providers out there in Sunderland who provide really specialist services to our students who need them. So for us, Recovery Connections, we're part of that excellent network, and we already had that model of cross-referral with other partners, so it was really very, very easy to bring the guys in and just start the ball rolling.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's great news. It's great to see a university, say Sunderland University, such a popular university in our patch. Obviously, being the first uni to support the initiative and adopt it into what you do. How do people, if they're listening, how do people get the support that they need?
Okay. The best thing to do is contact the wellbeing team at the university. Our information is all over our website, or we can email it as well. And we can have initial conversations with anybody who needs support, and we will refer out and make sure people get the best help they need.
Great. Well, that is absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for popping on the show. Both Simon Lee there from Sunderland University and Adam Petson from Recovery Connection. It's great to hear. Our university, such forward thinking as we always know they are right here in the North East, and getting involved with a very important message. Got some tears of